Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. Our guest for today is Lizette Jocson. She is a sales and marketing manager. And what I love about her is her passion to build business opportunities, which really maximizes sales, revenue growth, and transformation. So, of course, this requires a value-based approach to leadership. So let's, hear what Lizette has to share, and let's learn how she manages and handles things at work and even in her personal life. So let's all welcome Lizette.
Hi,
Hi,
Michelle. Thank you
kamusta
for
ka?
Butes. Feel wonderful today. Thank you for inviting me, and it's great speaking with you today.
It's been a while since I last talked to you. Kamusta ka na? And I know that you're working at Kenya Air sa sales. So
Yes.
how is work? How's life?
Well, right now, because of the COVID situation, so we're working from home. But if there are opportunities that we can come to office, so that's the only time we come to office. And then everything kasi is virtual right now. Even I'm reporting to my head office, and we have in Kenya and or in Hong Kong or in Bangkok. So we communicate via Zoom. So thankful for the digital technology that we have right now. So if we have meetings, so we do it in via Zoom. Um, so I hope that the travel industry and tourism will be recovered in the near or in very soon. So while some of the government and tourism and the airline, parang they are starting to cooperate or coordinate to reopen the borders and managing the risk to keep everyone safe and back to travel again.
Oo, it must have been tough during last year, no?
Yes, yes,
Lalo
yes.
na yung height ng pandemic. Pero I know that tad ka rin ng meetings even if you're working from home. But
Mm.
how do you distress?
Of course, right now it's busy. It's not as busy as before, but we are busy now of taking actions on what we can do in this pandemic time. So, of course, I continue to still, learn about the ecosystem of business, especially during this pandemic, and we cooperate and coordinate pa rin with each other on what we can do to improve our operation or recover it and stimulate revenue pa rin. Of course, it's one of the goal of the company also para to recover nga. And at the same time, on how we can bring back the confidence of the travelers. Kasi right now, most of the travels are more on business and corporate or labors, workers or marine. The leisure, medyo a little, it really nag-downsize talaga yung leisure, leisure na travel. So we are expecting some um, assistance or help from the government on how we can reopen the borders. Kasi we have to track talaga the roadmap of the tourism to make ensure that there's a safety and meet the expectation of our people right now who wants to travel. But a lot of them pa rin are itching to travel. So,
Mm-mm.
yun nga lang, may times kasi talaga na the borders are closed, so we cannot do anything about it. So, we will tell them to rebook or follow the protocols, and then we keep them update naman.
Oo. Pero I love what you said about still making time. I mean, back using the time to upskill and learn new things, learn more things about the industry and the
Mhm.
business. So, pero could you share your work or your role sa sa Kenya Air?
Okay, well, basically my role is to develop a marketing strategies and create some partnership with the media or with because I've been in the past in the over 5 years with Kenya Airways, I've been working with marketing, sales, and strategies. So it gives me a broader exposure to deal with various industries and delivering innovation and driving business sales. So it's good that I have my ground network or my supported with my technical knowledge about the ground operation. And then at the same time, we focus on building the transfer station. And right now, we are looking for other ways on how we can expand the network and helping to continue to support the reopening of the global travel industry. So yun yung focus namin right now because of the COVID situation. So the business model has been changed and it keeps evolving actually. The market keeps evolving.
Ano ha, hearing you talk about your work as kahit na snippet lang siya, it gives an impression that you really have to be on top of a lot of things like technical know-how, the operations, even the regulations kasi heavily regulated ngayon eh, lalo na
Yes,
ngayon. So,
yes.
but you know, parang if I listen to you, parang for me, ang heavy naman ng work nito. Although fun
Ah,
yung marketing,
yes,
yung
yes,
paggawa ng strategies. So
yes.
what do you love best about your work?
Mm, actually, okay. So going back in my childhood days, so I have really have passion in history and culture. So maybe that's one of the reason I've been so passionate about for example, I'm with Kenya Airways. So I have to bring a lot of people from Philippines or from other regions to explore the destination. So like for example nga, Kenya was used to be more of labor and marine. And we have to increase yung leisure market. So what we did is we did some branding awareness about Kenya as where the Great Migration is. It's not just more of safari kasi known sila for safari. But, you know, safari can be seen with other countries too. But in Kenya kasi, this is where the Great Migration is. So yun yung ano niya, yun yung ginawa namin yung branding awareness about Kenya to attract more leisure and to educate them that it is safe, it's not hindi siya mainit. Kasi parang they always think about when you say Africa, ang init, parang baka I cannot bear the warm or the
Yung
weather. But
weather.
actually in Kenya, it's like parang Baguio weather or Tagaytay weather. And then because the leisure is really expensive talaga, so we have to inform them that you're paying for the experience. So it's not actually it's the experience. It's something that you cannot see these animals all around. Parang so um so something like that. So yeah, because of my passion for history and culture, it made me help to develop my skills, and I enjoy building marketing or branding awareness to any project that will be given to me. And especially since I've been passionate about travel too as well because I grew up with a family where I have relatives who come in and out in a year traveling. So I got exposed to that. And then um, I'm also an international studies graduate. We're supposed to be should be in a United Nations or embassy working, but I never thought that I would end up in the airline industry. And I learned how to love my work very well. Um, so I started from reservation and ticketing until I got promoted to sales account manager until such time that I've been in the management level already, and I'm happy to see my improvement because of the passion that I have. So my work is very grounded actually. It's all around. So it's sales, marketing, operations. So I'm thankful with my past role from my previous work. It has really evolved. It helped me a lot to be more efficient and able to balance my work and my time also between personal or social gatherings. So it's something like talagang passion talaga. It's really will help you um to grow your future, or it will helps you to expand your horizon. So because of the history and culture, I learned to embrace the diversion. So I love working with a company who is very keen to improve diverse and inclusion for the growth of the company. So I'm after to that also. Kasi it actually bring cultural awareness when you bring the group together. So yun, that's why I'm happy working with international thing. Like if I did not end up with embassy or with international organization, but I end up in an airline industry where diversion and inclusion is being promoted. So yun.
Pero you're kind of really lucky and blessed that you were able to bring your passion into work. I mean, your love for history and culture ever since you were young. You're
Mm.
actually able to grow and expand it through the work that you're doing right now. And I've heard you use the word effective ba yun? Yung ano? How kasi you're it's very grounding, right? The work that you
Mm-hmm,
do.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
very grounding, and yet you're able to balance it with all other aspects of your life. How do you define excellence based on all your activities, not just work related but also, sa personal life mo rin? How would you
Well,
define that?
excellent for me. It's one of could be seeing my achievements from the people I work with when I see them that they excel. So it gives me satisfaction and happiness, especially when we have this group work or group team project, and we were able to achieve, like for example, the target goal, or we were able to become improve our presence in the market, and the of course yung company then nag-improve, nag-evolve. So seeing the people who works with me and the company, if they become evolved and they're happy with that, parang that's gives me I can define it, that's the excellent for me, kasi yun nga, as I said, it gives me satisfaction and happiness when I see them that they are also fulfilled with their dreams and with whatever their desired goal that they would like to happen or to achieve.
Pero ang ganda ng sagot mo when you talk about the measurement of excellence. It's through the achievements of the people around
Yes,
you.
yes.
And it gives a sense that you're also looking for quality on top of the numbers which is the quantity.
Yes.
So, oo. So
Yun
that's
naman yung important. Parang it's not only you become a leader, but also you become an inspiration or motivation to them. So parang gusto mo rin makita kung effective ka on how you build this person. So not only at work but also in his or her personal goals. So sometimes I would give a task, or we will have a task together na we have to define, bawa yung isa medyo more of operations. So sometimes I would ask him or her to join me for a sales call para she got a new environment, so she got to know what's going on with the travel industry. So it's not only within the office. So, for me, kapag nakita ko yung achievement niya na na-combine niya yung work niya, yung naging efficient siya, yun, ano na siya eh, parang sa akin achievement na yun na at least meron siyang natutunan. Kasi I grew up like like that na parang you have, kasi I'm very independent. So I would like to share what I have learned from other people that I know, like my boss or my mentors. So I want to share what I have learned and what kind of exposure that I had para they can also, alam mo yun, improve kung ano man yung kailangan nilang i-improve within themselves.
I think parang that's also beautiful that you are sharing what you have learned to those who are around you. And syempre, 'di ba, that's how you grew eh. That's how you evolve using that path. And you are also exposing and being very generous to the people who are
Mhm.
working under
Mhm.
you.
Thank you.
Oo. Usually ganun naman talaga, no? Whatever it is
Yes.
that we learned, we want it to be shared to others so that, they could also learn and evolve.
Yes, yes.
Sa ano ba, in your life, what are the other, lessons that you have learned that you are also imparting to other people? Or the challenges that you have, overcome, tapos may natutunan ka dun, and then that really, made a definite mark in the way you lead yourself and other people.
Um, Challenges kasi when I started at my work, I never had the I'm not a tourism graduate. I never had the experience in the actually I started from reservation and ticketing. So it involves a lot of system, memorizing this command entry. So medyo technical siya. So hindi ko siya pinag-aralan from my from my college during my college. So I never thought I would end up like that. Siguro do not underestimate yourself. Um, if there will be any challenges, parang don't treat it like it's like a end of the world or it's like your failure mo na siya. Um, I always make a time to move forward and step forward. I would like to make sure that I'm not only proving it for myself or for everyone, but to fulfill yung completion as a whole ko. So sometimes may mga challenges kasi talaga na hindi mo akalain na hindi mo akalain na ma-overcome mo because yun nga, I learned kasi that the impossible is a challenge. And I'm open to take challenges with head on with a positive attitude. So, yun yung personality ko. Um, so, for me kasi, if problem is always an opportunity.
It's
Um,
nice.
and and I believe that if there's a problem, there's an equivalent solution. So, yun lagi yung iniisip ko kapag every time I would encounter challenges or problem that I have to resolve. Sometimes you don't have to go against with it eh. You don't have to push yourself to make sure that there's a solution. Parang you have to relax. It's like parang you're meditating. You're just doing a breathe in and breathe out and relax your mind and just continue and focus on your whatever goal. So for example, if I have goal of like I have to be better at this work, parang so I have to focus on that. So kailangan talaga may focus will ka. So yon. Basta if there's a problem, there's always an equivalent solution. So hindi ako nawawala dun sa idea na yon na it will stop me to not achieve that goal.
Okay. So, actually maganda nga yung sinabi mo, you don't really um, underestimate your capabilities and in
Mm.
yourself and looking at problems as opportunities, which is a very, it's a very awakened na view.
Mm.
Hindi
Mm.
siya, kasi not everyone has that kind of
Yeah.
consciousness. Syempre, di ba, madalas yung mga tao, they resist problems. But
Yes.
then, with you look at problems like they're opportunities and,
Mm.
you know, maganda yung sinabi mo about relaxing and focusing. So,
Mm.
you're able to apply um, the practice of meditation in the work that you're doing. In what other way have you applied relaxation and focus at the same time sa different things or different aspects of your life?
But it's simple lang naman, breathe in, breathe out ka lang. Or, but actually, parang you find a quiet place, well, especially at my desk or in my office or like now in my home, at home right now.
Oo.
So, just to silence your mind, parang let go of all the resistance. And more of don't think anything, as in like blank. Parang you have to silence your mind para you can actually meditate. Kasi the moment that you meditate or you go into that consciousness of silence, that's the time that the ideas are keep pouring in me. That's based on my experience. So it doesn't have to be long. It could only 2 to 3 minutes. Whenever I am, but if I feel like very disturbed na, so I will just keep myself silent lang and totally blank. And then I'll just give me like 1 to 3 minutes of silence. Then that's it. And then parang I'm back to normal, not to normal, but there are ideas already coming into me. So it gives me hope, it gives me faith, it gives me parang it brings a lot of confidence pa for me to face what I'm going to face on that day.
That's a beautiful thing. Pero you also mentioned when you're silent, that's when you let go of any resistance.
Yes.
Could you explain in your own way how come it's important to let go of resistance, and what is resistance nga ba
Well,
in your experience, ha?
mm, well, the resistance is actually for resistant is actually when you feel like you have to go to this uh ang hirap explain kung paano yung resistance, but I'm trying to find out paano ko may explain yung resistance, but the resistance is something that you have to let go, yung parang um gusto mo pero ayaw mo. So for example, like this, for example, yung COVID, like I feel like wala akong flight, so I feel so hindi naman devastated, but because of the news outside, so parang nako-contaminate na yung consciousness mo and yung thoughts mo na hanggang kailan ba to, what will happen next, um, when the travel will be back. So sometimes you don't have to go against with it. Parang you have to find a way to find a way or get another different perspective on how to manage that kind of instances. So yung resistance kasi it's sometimes it's a conditioning sa life mo na hindi mo na siya pwedeng um, mabago. So nasa belief system yun eh. So para to let go of that resistance, you have to change the situation. So like right now, yun nga, yung COVID, so na-less yung travel. So we're focused on improving the safety measure. Um, we're doing a lot of updates about the travel para to make sure or to bring the confidence again of the clients or the customers, and somehow you focus on the laborers or workers because they're the ones who are really likely going to travel. So something like that. Um, yun yung sample ko na resistance. Yun. Wala
Oo.
na akong
Hindi,
maisip kung
hindi,
ano
hindi.
pa.
Pero nagigets ko. Maganda yung example mo na there are some things that you really can't control anymore. It's part of the, the environment.
Yes,
But then
parang yun.
instead of focusing so much on the problem or yung hindi mo gusto,
Yes,
you focus on something, what can you do despite this
yun.
situation?
Yes.
So, kaya meron kang mga ibang initiatives, ibang ibang projects na pinagfo-focusan so that
Yes.
you go with the flow. You're not
Yeah.
you're not exactly resisting,
Mm.
COVID or the pandemic, but then there's an acceptance and what's the best thing that you could do
Yes.
despite the situation. So
Oo, that's
that's actually a very positive attitude and
yes. Thank you.
ang
Pero yun nga, siguro sa work ko, parang in the past, this is not the first time that I encountered delayed flight cancellation. There was a time that our airport was closed because of political situation in this one is when I was with Thai Airways. There were a time na there's flood, political political situation. So parang sanay na ako sa mga delayed flight cancellation and then complaints. So I think it gives me more strength to face these people on how to explain it that you have to calm down, parang flight will be back again, and then there are some alternatives that we can offer to you, something like that. So hindi mo talaga makokontrol yung resistance. But yun nga, resistance is like a condition that you have to let go. It's like, yun nga, acceptance, embrace, but in a different perspective. Hindi yung it will degrade yourself, but you have to move up or step ahead of the curve. Something like that.
maganda yan. and it's evident in the way you carry yourself all the time. Hindi, rin kasi I've also heard that you have a lot of achievements and you're recognized for a lot of things and even in the travel industry, I also heard that you're one of the youngest na sales manager.
Yeah,
Parang
that's why. Well, yes.
so those are really those are big deals, 'di ba? Parang magandang achievement siya under your belt. But then you see it as a way to be more complete as a whole.
Yes,
Oo. Kasi not
that's true.
everyone would have that kind of mindset or that kind of belief
Mm.
na kasi yung iba 'di ba parang it's just an award that they possess. But then it's not really integrated with their person, their um with their character as a person. So with you, it's I could actually see it. The way you carry yourself. Ano nga, ito nga, Zoom lang nga. Tapos ako, grabe, ang ganda ni Lizette.
Ikaw din. Mirroring, mirroring.
So, pero when it comes um to your personal life, how do you how do you practice self-leadership? Kasi in the workplace, parang yung term na self-leadership, it's more apt, but then not a lot of people would actually, realize that they can also practice it in their personal life. In your case, how do you apply it?
Um, you mean being a leader? Well,
Um,
being a leader in the family or
Oo, leadership mindset. How do you become a leader of yourself?
okay. Well, I'm very much independent nga since um when I since childhood pa, and then I'm the eldest. So it was much more influence of my mom kasi my mother has parang parang she always instilled me to become more independent and not to be dependent to others. So yun yung naaalala ko na lagi niya sinasabi sa akin na you don't have to, hindi naman not to ask for help, but parang you have to take care of yourself, or I have to take care of my self-care and self-love. Kasi nga darating yung time na hindi mo alam kung kasi 'di ba parang we're just human. And then we live in this world and you will encounter a lot of people, so you don't know who will really remain to your life. So parang it's better to save something for yourself, like self-care and love. Kasi from there it will radiate love to everyone. Kasi 'di ba, what you give is what you will get. So I think I have a great influence from my mother na she she allowed me to grow up very independent and disciplined. And discipline, of course. So siguro not baka, but I got few impressions that time no, when I was younger, that I'm matured enough to handle things at a very young age, because of what because I grew up with my mom na very independent. Parang she let me open myself to 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 the environment where I am, and then if she sees something from me na like, kasi mahiyain ako, very shy type ako talaga. So whenever I see people or visiting in the family, I will technically go inside my room and will not show up. So napansin ng mommy ko para medyo inferior ba ang tawag doon na personality?
Parang
Um,
introvert,
introvert. So
introvert.
I was introvert. So she allows me to study like in music. So pag may I had some recitals sa organ, guitar lesson, I had my voice lesson, speech lesson. So I think yan masyado ng confident. and then and then she would even allow me to join beauty contest, which is I don't like, but parang, but I now get it why she was doing it for me, kasi nga to boost my confidence, para ma-expose ako sa na different hindi, different at paano ba
Different people, mga
different
ganon.
people or culture, para I know how to not to defend myself, but to to interact with them. So I think very important yung interaction with other people, 'di ba?
Oo.
So yun nga, yun, even at my first job, I was even given an opportunity to become a sales, but I did not accept it. Sabi ko, reservation lang ako, pang opisina lang ako. Sabi ko, sa loob lang ako. Sabi ko, no, I don't think I could, sabi ko doon sa boss ko dati, sa Kenya Airways, sabi ko, no, I don't think I could take the sales position because um, I'm okay with doing the reservation ticketing, taking up calls or anything.
Oo.
And
Sa
then,
back end ka lang muna.
I'm on the back end. Pero wala pa rin eh, kasi nilagay pa rin ako sa counter where I have to nilagay pa rin ako sa counter. So magaling yung boss ko noon. She was she's my boss from Thai Airways. Um, she really helped me to grow a lot from my work kasi, and then also my office mates with Thai Airways. Talagang we were we were trained to do a lot of tasks. So not only one task. For example, reservation ka ng restaurant, you can also do the sales, you can do the rate desk, group desk, airport. Kaya nag-airport din ako. So may mga ganun, group handling. So I think it helped a lot. So yun, when you ask that question, parang nag-flashback sa akin yung mga nangyari sa akin. So it was my mom who really brought me to this kind of this
Parang
kind of
ni-ready ka niya.
niready niya ako sa ganitong position. Because I'll be facing different cultures, which is yun nga, I learned to love diversion and inclusion. So, yun, diversity. And then, going back dun nga sa boss ko na she wanted me to say, become self, then I never end up now. I'm a sales and marketing manager. So, yun, nakakatuwa lang pag naaalala ko yun. Kasi I really don't like, talking people, especially sales. Kasi parang you have to sell something, di ba? How do you want to convince them? So, parang natutunan ko siya through my experience sa may past role ko. It was also a big challenge for me when I took up the air Mauritius and Han Air. Kasi ano siya, yun yung step up ko na talagang nasa management level na. So, parang I was having a doubt about myself kung kaya ko siya. Kasi nga, it's quite new for me. And it was the first time to handle people na. But nag-improve siya with the company, the mentor I had with Air Mauritius and Han Air. They're very good to me. Marami rin akong natutunan sa kanila. Especially for a very eccentric market or eccentric product. So, talagang ideas will pour in talaga eh. You really have to do something. So, yun.
I love the influence of your mom sa life, sa life. Even up to
Yes.
now, parang nandun yung kamay niya sa
Oo.
galaw ng
Yes.
buhay mo.
Siguro yan,
And
nakita niya yung pagiging, yung introvert ko. So, she, talaga, in-expose niya talaga ako sa labas.
which is a good thing to because sa travel naman it's true that not only are you exposed to different cultures, but you're also exposed to different kinds of people from
Mm.
embassy ambassador level hanggang yung mga clients na nagbo-book, 'di ba? And then people
Yes.
at the airport, yung mga
Saka,
nasa ground, yung nasa
mm,
operations. So you're actually exposed to all sorts of people, and it's true that what you said, that at the end of the day it's really for you to interact with different people and to bring yourself into the conversations, into the projects, into the
yeah.
task. So pero you know what really yung parang talagang tumatak sa mind ko was when you said na yes, you were taught to be independent and very disciplined. And at the same time, you were also taught to take care of yourself, to self-love, to practice self-care. Di ba? Tapos maganda rin yung sinabi mo na when you radiate love, you tend to receive that. So parang
Yes.
bumabalik sa'yo, nagsa-cycle
Oo.
back yung love.
Yes.
So, not all independent persons would have, a balance of self-care. Kasi yung mga independent talagang they want stability and they would, you know, drive and focus towards that stability without sometimes to the parang nawawala na yung self-care because of the drive. But in your case, you're able to your mom taught you how to balance it
Yes.
at a young age. So that's really wonderful. Now, ano, to kasi you're a person who's very you listen to your intuition, you listen to your gut, not just the mind and heart.
Mm.
'Di ba we have three intelligences? Pero in your case, you're able to utilize all of those, yung gut, heart, and mind. Could you share other people could how other people could also follow the voice inside through the gut, heart, or mind, or all combined para align sila?
Mm, kasi for me, I keep I still keep learning, no? Keep grinding at work, but I never forget to keep praying. So, I still have my faith with God. So especially right now, well, ano it's another influence from my mom because she's the one who taught me how to pray and to go to church. Like there was a time that it was like every day we go to church together, attend the mass. So parang it was instilled in my mind that whenever happens, you still keep praying. You know, you keep praying kasi you hope for that's the only hope that for me in my experience parang that's the only hope that I can get. So um I keep praying to God and then always allowing myself to center myself, align it, calm and focus and and ano bang magandang sabihin? Never give up. Parang never give up. You can give up struggle, blames, and sacrifices, but never give out on yourself and never give out on your desire. Like, and especially it's more than vivid for anything yung desire mo to live and to have a full life and yun, never give up. That's my
Oo,
my message.
yes. Actually, tama naman yun. And thank you for sharing that that for a person in at least in your experience and I know other people also experience it na for them to really follow their own truth, the yung the wisdom inside of them,
Mhm.
they go into prayer and they do centering
Mhm.
para dun nila malalaman kung ano talaga yung nasa loob, ano yung kalooban. And with Lizette, with you verbalizing it, um, parang natuwa rin ako na, oh, si Lizette rin, ganon. So it's
Ay,
mm,
well, ayun, actually, it helps me also to grow as a person right now. At saka kung without the prayers and with God and your faith with God and parang you have to trust the journey of what we are facing right now. So, yun lang yung pinangahawakan ko parang prayers,
oo,
prayers.
yes. Actually, through all the times that we have gone through, good and bad, the one thing that I also personally wouldn't want to let go of is my faith in God. In yung
Mhm.
prayers, yung centering. Kasi that's what makes it all real. Yung grounded lang, ganyan.
Parang
So,
sinasabi nga nila, 'di ba, parang you do your best and let it God do the rest.
oo,
So,
that's true.
yun yung lagi kong naririnig.
Oo. And in your case, you really practice that. You really
Yes,
apply that into
yes.
your life,
Mm.
which is ako nakikita ko naman yun eh. So so for those who are watching this, I hope that you have gained so much insight from this conversation and with every conversation, there are times when lagi na lang, di ba? It's like reading a book. When you read it for the second or the third time, you get something new. So it's the same with this kind of conversations. You'd get something the first time, but then when you watch the replay, you'd get another insight. So I hope that you would gain so much value out of this conversation. And of course, thank you so much, Lizette, for
Oh,
saying yes.
thank you.
Oo.
I hope I did well.
Oo naman. 'Di ba? These are your personal experiences and thank you
Yes,
for sharing all of these. Even yung sharing mo about your mom. Most of us talaga malaki ang influence ng mga moms.
yes.
So, thank you so much for that. And actually, that's it, everyone. We've reached the parang 40 plus minutes mark na nga ata. Ayun. But if you'd want to ano ba, reach Lizette? Meron ka bang ano, gustong i-share or i-promote ngayon?
Well, ano bang ipo-promote ko? Well, of course, I'm still, right now, I'm still open to new challenges. And if there are any opportunities, um, yeah, you can reach me through Michelle, or if, or if there are any you would like to to reach out with me kung about the tours or the travel or any updates or any opportunities that I know that you know that I can help you. I'm very much welcome to accommodate it.
Well, thank you so much for that. Actually, ano, maraming questions about ano, traveling to Kenya, to Africa.
Hmm.
So, if you're interested to experience the Great Migration or yung
Yeah.
safari,
Yes.
Lizette is a really good source of information. Ayun. And of course, updated with all the with all the safety protocols and the regulations
Yes.
during this time. So that's it, everyone. So for those who are watching, remember that you're highly favored and be blessed. And of course, just like what Lisette is saying all throughout the conversation, always have faith and believe in yourself. Never
Mm.
underestimate yourself, and just enjoy the journey. This is just part of the journey. Even the pandemic is part of the journey, and there's so much to learn from this experience.
Yes.
So that's it, everyone. Thank you again, Lizette, for
Thank
being with
you.
us.
And good
All
luck to
right.
you also.
Okay, so God bless
God
everyone.
bless.